Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon to you too. How can I help you today?
Let's debug this code together.
Okay, I'd be happy to help you debug this code. Is there a specific issue you've noticed or a particular part you'd like to focus on first?
I have no error in this code, but I would like to change this code to produce more tokens output.
I understand, so you don't see any errors, but you want to modify the code to increase the token output. Looking at the code, the max underscore tokens variable is set to 512, so that seems like a good place to start. Would you like to increase that limit? And if so, to what?
Uh, let's say I'm gonna increase this to 2000 token. But I want to know what are the consequences.
Okay, so you want to increase max underscore tokens to 2000, but you're also wondering about the consequences of that change. Increasing the token limit will allow the model to generate longer responses, which could potentially lead to more detailed and comprehensive answers. However, it will also likely increase the cost of using the OpenAI API since you're using more tokens. Additionally, using too high of a token limit could also lead to less focused output from the model. Does this help clarify what you are looking for?
Yeah, thank you. Uh, Looking at the other part of the code, I found that there are multiple lines sanitizing the user input. It is quite redundant.
Okay, you've noticed that there are multiple lines in the code that handle user input, which you consider redundant. Could you specify which lines or sections of code you're referring to so we can take a closer look at them?
Well, you can see that there are user input that is being replaced of unwanted characters. These are multiple lines. I think these are quite repetitive.
Thanks for clarifying. You're right, lines 62 to 64 and lines 79 to 83 both handle user input and perform string replacements. This is indeed repetitive. It appears that the code handles both cases when there is a command line argument and when there is no argument in separate blocks. Would you like to consolidate the input handling into a single function?
Well, that's a good idea as well, but I want to make sure that they are in single line or more advanced method to use instead of just replacing the characters.
Okay, so instead of consolidating into a single function, you're aiming for a more advanced method to handle string replacement, potentially in a single line rather than multiple replace calls. Is that correct?
Yes, what do I change then?
You could use Python's re subfunction from the re module to perform multiple replacements in one go using regular expressions. This can make the code more concise. Would you like me to show you an example of how to use re.sub to achieve that?
That would be a good idea. Can you show me that?
Sure. To use re.sub, you'd first need to import the re module at the beginning of your script. Then, instead of multiple .replace calls, you could use a single re.sub call with a regular expression that matches all the characters you want to replace. For example, to replace t, 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 and v with an empty string, you could use a regular expression like returv. Then, you can call re.sub arg user underscore input to perform the replacement. Would you like me to show you how this would replace lines 63 and 64 or lines 80 through 83?
Oh, I got the idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can help you with, or are you good for now?
Can you speak in Burmese?
I am sorry I can't speak Burmese. However, I can respond in English if you have other questions about the code.